Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming the Sanctus Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will.
So it really is?
And so, as His Majesty has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new... This is a historic moment, good citizens. It's revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can...
Anyone?
Even me?
If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people...
Maybe you could be king yourself?
Me? In charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right, let's review. First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crust?
Say you do become popular, with your face clear for all to see. Surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen.
So, literally anyone could be king? Even...
But hold on. You mean to say we might not be ruled by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word. Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the...
I heard the announcement. The Church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent, and shall abide by them.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small couple.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news, too.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alsace in place? It seems that plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer We appear to...
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Did something happen?
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing...
I'll go look for her.
You will? When I think of what might happen to her...
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into...
Where?
You're kidding!
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Stop that at once!
I don't care who gets it. No, wait. Just give me a full.
Damn.
What shall I do?
I'm just...
That's terrible, young. So foolish it arouses good...
But... why?
foolish to run.
What should I do? What's going on? Well then.
Hello there.
Huh? Why?
What are you doing here?
Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely. One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name. But I pray. And he still doesn't come back.
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. It's the loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I? But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
I'm sorry.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
It's our...
What?
You?
Listen to me, all right? We were with him, but...
I remember Papa saying something. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
It's going to be all right.
I hope the next king is as nice as you.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
You may be right, but much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so.
Maria, you're safe.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria, yes, that's right. Thank you for finding...
It looks like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead.
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded?
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves...
Sorry, did I... Laying here, I always end up caught in my own thought. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Let's think about...
Keeping me company, are you? That book, is that the novel? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the
Want to read it?
If you don't mind, since we... Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security. In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves. One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the... Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a Kingslayer on, and this idea of competing for public support. Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds... Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public... Besides, does a decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of... We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. A problem with no easy, lofty words. I can hardly come to... Still. The discussions helped clear my head a little. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but... Wait, how long have you been...
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Ladies and gents, have you heard to choose our new ruler? We're going to give all of you a chance to take and we call it... Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour. First, we have the exhibition of the brave. Slay a monster plaguing us. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents?
Stroll? Why call us so early?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through...
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity...
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere?
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at...
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it?
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the tournament for the... An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about but saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim, even should His Highness...
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
Let's enter this tournament.
Huh? Hey, besides, the prince isn't
Wait! It sounds... This could be just the excuse we need to get... He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans...
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit...
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit, but it may well be our best chance.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember...
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want...
Of course I do.
No hesitation.
Right. In my ideal world, people can believe, no matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that.
Sheesh. So much for being...
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before. Good heavens.
friends. Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on...
Yes.
I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next...
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
You have your first...
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
That was the plan.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a...
Does that mean you're not coming?
No, we'll be back.
I don't like when it...
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but we'll need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between...
Judging by this specified deadline, we're unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceana's capital in time on...
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place.
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tour...
Aye? Pretty young, ain't ya? And who's the...
I'm the one entering.
You?
I've not heard of any age restrict...
Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you...
Could you just do your job, please?
Ah. Weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort?
What? We got a deserter turning up.
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He,
Could swear I've seen you. Well, hardly matters without captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow. It'll be at the...
We'll have to hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis...
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard...
Looks like everyone else had...
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand up.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts.
Are you lot here for this tournament, then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster bills have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals, too.
I suppose I've got one.
Well, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper.
This might just be...
Do you have any idea? That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawl. Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're at?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head.
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Stuck-up little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about the rules, though. What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal?
Maybe he just wants to stop the...
We've got more important...
Don't worry,
As long as you can convince Hulken...
Ho there! Are you really taking the bounty on Heisman? You three must be heaven sent. Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain from it.
A guard captain?
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay?
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideout somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. deep in the territory of vicious giant worm. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured.
I see.
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by...
There's nothing pitiful.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing...
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament closure. Thank you all. In that case, we shall meet in Martira, the old castle town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now.
Way I see it, if we want to make a big... Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on.
I guess...
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow.
Really now?
All right, then.
Really now?
What to do?
Wait!
Oi, oi!
No, thank you.
Hey!
Let's focus.
Let's call it.
No registration issue.
No, indeed. And we've...
Fine.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. No... Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind.
Well, I have made some How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer.
You...
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to...
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just... Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquished. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our...
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the... Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employment.
Sounds like you've been through a lot.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let... Let's rest.
Fancy a...
Good night.
Can I come in?
What's wrong?
You're all leaving. I'll be cheering for you. Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
It's all right.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said, and that's what you're all doing too. Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. The next time I see you again, Can you...
This one's important.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now, it pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness,
Don't worry.
'Tis kind of... But that book, we met once before. On a carriage bound for...
Now that you mention...
My apologies. I thought only to minimize... So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Ah, you needn't worry. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Yet I wonder, how could a simple... So, it is a fiction. This chapter seems to concern the system. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less those who aspire to statecraft must first, should they earn title but break their word, they are in this way, it is the people who are the land's quite the opposite of our own country. Had our lands embraced such accountability? No. I must clear my head of these fantasies. Oh, I suppose. 'Tis not. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. My dearest dream. 'Tis just...
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Judah!
Lady Judah!
Faraway sky, blue and clear. Echo my wish, so that all may hear. One and all born to this land, as here we stand. Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Faraway sky, blue and white. Faraway sky so clear. Let life be alive. Let my wish echo. What's that soul? Far beyond the shore.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east, Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctis have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
Right, all right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Him? So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Kraus. In it more for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow. If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And, if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
say, wait! Found you, behave!
A land runner?
It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for them!
It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What ho? Isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on! So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
Just a sec.
Can you hear me?
Let's see.
This place here. This...
Wow!
Oh.
Spectacular!
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a I can hardly believe she's ours.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This go...
So this is what you used to talk with the driver? Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we...
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the What I want is a little gusto. What do you...
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes. Where to, ladies? The world.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we...
That man is Nuris. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite... everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit... Nuris? Are you there? Even amidst all this commotion,
It's too much to do.
as always. To business, then. I must ask a favor.
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another ride.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and...
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. 'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual.
Whoa!
Good God. Is this the very craft commissioned for His Highness? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. On your... However, for a craft meant for the royal family, did you... really? You...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! I'm working to...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this... mania! You embezzled!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you...
Look, then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your...
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me.
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for his...
For his... Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God and now you want a... Is that's it? I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come.
Understood.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this... I think... maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to...
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on...
If you're sure, I suppose.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in this...
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work.
This guy's got no filter.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get... Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should...
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and...
A criminal? Did the task not specify...
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, then again, 'tis just as likely to win. What do you think of this plan?
I think it's a perfect...
Makes sense. The bounty's Heismate, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange. Then again, our true aim is beyond the Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't...
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you...
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before...
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh, no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't. Oh, yeah?
What's this? What now?
It's your call. It's your... Let's see.
It's a... a camp.
And there's which okay. That's where you okay.
Got it. Got it.
This?
Hello? Spectacular.
This? Understood. This? Understood. Come on! Got it.
Speaking of,
Let's check.
Got it. And then... Got it?
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite. Hey.
Now then. Speaking of...
What's that about?
Oh, I see. Then...
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
True.
I knew it!
Well met. All right. If so... I'd say... That's why.
Right.
No.
Well...
Yes. True.
All right.
All right.
I say, we could stop for a break.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Wow.
That's...
Certainly.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey there.
Huh?
Huh?
However,
Now then.
wisdom. Why, that's...
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Well met.
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow! I missed all this green!
Ugh. Why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad. See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
My star is rising! Ah! Sanctism will reign!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Godot, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's leg.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look! Over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
Let's give Gladel good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed.
I say, hold on! You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry. That Cortland one. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished. You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Oleg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
Let's make an end of it! Bloody hell!
It's not
I can't
working.
move!
We can't attack Godot!
I will fight with pride!
Lend me your strength. Not this.
Healer! Burn!
I stand ready. Knight! Strike me if you dare.
Witness the power of sanctism. What could you hope to achieve? Take this.
Only a flesh wound.
He knows we can't attack him.
Staying on the defensive.
Toying with us.
Expose your secrets.
Fire!
Know your
Join with me.
place.
No, not
Peasants.
this. For all that we strive for.
Resistance is futile. What could you hope to achieve?
Let's get on with it! No. Are you prepared? Hack and slash!
Right on target.
It's okay.
Nice one, Skull.
Come forth, royal soul.
Burn! Witness me, brethren!
Allies, together!
You can do this.
I will protect you.
I owe you.
You knew you'd help.
I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, now! Feel the righteous truth of sanctism!
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my
Get
brothers!
in there.
Only a flesh wound.
Take this! I won't lose.
Hulkenberg's guard is down.
After me! Something. No holding back!
Too slow!
You gotta aim better than that.
I won't hold back. Fire!
Take this!
Dodged. Nice one, Captain. Captain, they've got your defenses down.
Comrade, lend me your strength.
Coordination is key!
Right.
I can't afford to hold back. Warrior! I'll cut you down!
Too easy.
You gotta aim better than that.
Let's take Vitus power.
Burn!
Sanctism is supreme! Sanctism will reign!
This is nothing.
Take this!
Only a flesh wound.
Take this!
Still standing.
Damn it!
Someone heal her.
Let us fight as one.
Let me help you!
Pull yourself together.
Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly
Not
wounded.
yet.
Someone heal her.
Sanctism will reign!
Please!
Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs help.
Warrior! Hack and slash!
Right on target.
You disgrace
Nice
the
one, Soul.
sanctist way.
Let's set it up.
Show them our might.
We're not out of this yet.
Thank you.
Helpful as ever.
I've sworn oath. Join with me. Perhaps not this. With blade in hand.
Sanctism will reign! This is God's punishment! Take this!
Only a flesh wound. This is nothing.
Brace yourselves!
Hulkenberg's guard is down.
I call upon royal power within!
Too slow!
You gotta aim better than that.
It's okay. We can do this. With healing power.
I'm obliged.
I owe you.
Sanctism will reign!
Only a flesh wound. Is that all?
Take this!
Only a flesh wound.
I won't lose.
Allies, together!
I'm counting on you!
Oh,
Goodness,
Warrior!
Too easy!
You gotta aim better than that!
Let's stay calm. Vitus power! Fire! Still up?
Charge! Sanctism will reign!
Nothing.
Hulkenberg's badly wounded!
Take
this!
Not yet.
Sanctism will reign!
Don't underestimate me!
Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs help.
Join with me!
Let me help!
Hulkenberg's guard is
Behold
down!
my power! Warrior!
I'll cut you down!
Right on target!
I will fight
Nice
with
one,
pride.
Stroll!
Lend me your strength. Maybe there's a better choice. I won't hold back! We can do this!
Let's meet.
My thanks.
Let's do this! Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly wounded!
Take
Someone,
this! Kneel before him! Hit hard!
Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs help.
Coordination!
We've got them right in their weak
Too late to come to his side. To him.
So, the faithful are, yet your desperate struggling is for naught.
Oh, he gets to do whatever.
Now, are you prepared?
I think not, you...
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey! Get down here! What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I just wanted to help you.
A likely story? Out with it. What's your motive?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juno the songstress in the flesh. What brings you...
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shoed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that...
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must...
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... oh! I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis...
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one. Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well...
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one?
Hey, up there!
An airborne?
Luis.
My Lord Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the...
Glad to see Lady June is safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated.
Hey, I know you want to get...
I want to help you, Count.
Oh? You fight in my name?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hand.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than...
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, Luis.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
It soars like a dam.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gladel. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beams of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
It's over. The end of the road.
Let's say we go check. Hey!
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry.
It doesn't sound like nothing.
No hiding it from you, is there? No, it's just the old runner. She runs like a dream. I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a
spark?
Yes, my girl. a spark of inspiration.
Lost relic?
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization, automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience but somehow, that civilization just up and disappeared.
Sounds kind of far-fetched.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer work. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic,
Wow. You could
If only that old fellow went back to his own hometown. That's the old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in it.
Okay, so where's this guy's home?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
This one's important.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Isn't that...
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client, Barden, awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sake. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
You've a local delicacy. It would be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices.
Oh, good.
It's a unique texture, to be sure, but the...
You're...
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
What is with that smile?
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of... How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business.
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his...
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworm's terror.
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't...
So... is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Here's alright.
It's a camp.
Let's...
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even...
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's work together to see.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the rock.
We help anyone in need.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope... Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis...
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wild.
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow.
If they aren't here to con a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
It's been a while.
Exactly.
Aye.
Pleasure to see you.
Got a moment? Got a moment?
Yeah.
Right? Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's gorgeous!
Hold on.
Let's hurry.